We are back. This is Hope Roski with the Wedding Show. I have a treat for you. Have you ever thought about adding pizzazz to the dance floor? Have you ever thought about creating a signage piece about your wedding day that is like none other? Well, today we have Tran Sidhu here, and he's here to talk to us about, hello Tarn, how are you doing?
How you doing?
About these amazing, cool dance floor wraps, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so this to me is so fascinating and how this concept came to be. Can you just enlighten the viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I started looking at recent trends in the wedding industry around in larger cities and wanted to bring a little bit of that to Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
And as I got more into the business, I started thinking of new product offerings to really help customize people's events and make them unique and branded and something like none other. Because there's only so much you can do with draping or decoration, so I wanted to add more of a custom feel to everyone's events. And it started with the dance floors. And now we have gone as far as specializing in backdrops, large format pictures, signage, and who knows what the future holds.
I know. We were talking a little bit about what the future might hold a little bit ago. So this is kind of an interesting concept because you may have had some that you've already designed and that you're familiar with. But what if a couple comes to you and says to you, we want to do our own? How does that work?
Yeah, so we actually prefer to do it that way. We do have some prefabricated designs that couples can use as inspiration, but we really want to help tailor the dance floor and the signage to your event and really make it match. So we like to work closely with the decorators and have a nice collaborative effort with the couple and decorators to give them a really custom, one-of-a-kind showpiece for their wedding that really helps them make it their own. So it's usually included in the offering. And we love to work with couples and go back and forth as much as they'd like to really help provide them with a design and a dance floor that they come to cherish and love.
Well, this is one of the things too where this is not something that you're going to just come up last minute and say, hey, can you put this together? How long does it actually take you to customize that dance floor?
Yeah, so the designing process can take up to a week, and then fabrication usually takes about a week as well. Every project is different, so it depends on the size and scale of the project. So it can take longer. And install is either usually the day before or the day of. We've had some pretty tight run-ins with the events, but I think that's just a given in this industry.
Right.
So far, we've had a pretty good track record of coming through every time and giving the people or the couple, exactly what they wanted for the day on time and on schedule.
So the question I'm sure most viewers are probably asking, okay, how do you wrap a dance floor? What materials are you using?
Yeah, so we have a proprietary material we use that's it doesn't damage the existing floor. As I mentioned earlier, we are able to not only wrap dance floors, but we can wrap directly over tiles if the venue has a tiled floor. So you don't have to go out and actually go through the trouble of renting a dance floor. You can actually just turn whatever existing area into a dance floor, and it could actually be tailored to any exact size that you want.
Oh, that's fabulous.
So yeah, there's no really constraints. We recently formulated a new material that is able to wrap over concrete and even outdoor stamped concrete. So literally any flat surface or any surface that you may have, flat or not, can be turned into a dance floor with our different variety and offerings of material.
So what would you say, it's not glue, but what is it that holds it together and keeps it in place?
Yeah, so it is a vinyl. It has an adhesive backing, but the adhesive is, like I said, a proprietary adhesive that is able to be easily removed without damaging the existing floor.
That's good for viewers to know, because if they go to a specific venue where they have the dance floor, they would probably be concerned about, wow, when this comes up, is it going to take some of the dance floor with it, and am I going to have to pay some sort of a fee? But what you're saying is there's no problem with that at all.
Right. It's pretty easy on, easy off. We offer removal services as well, but a lot of the times it's so easy to peel off that the venue itself is able to just, peel it off like one big old sticker And like I mentioned a little bit earlier, the dance floor actually comes out cleaner than when it initially was, because it takes all the dirt and grime with it.
Oh, there you go.
So there's another little
Maintenance
advantage.
free for the place that your event venue that where you're having it. Well, that's wonderful. So let's take a look at some of the work that you've created. We have pictures and we have some videos. So let's take a look at what we have first.
Yeah, so this is an example of a backdrop where we use the couple's picture, and we put a quote in the middle with, just to kind of a little bit of background so people could stand in front and take pictures and, really help commemorate your event with a custom piece.
I believe that's a video, correct? Okay, so that so you basically have a person's name in the backdrop and then the date of the event. What do we have next?
So this is a new little offering we started making. These are giant XL portrait panels that really help add a little grand entry to your event.
Larger than life.
Right.
I love it.
So, instead of just coming into an event, you get to come through an experience. And it's almost like, I like to compare it to like a museum art piece where the couple gets to be the center of the art piece, and people really get immersed in the whole experience of your event by coming through a nice little tunnel of, extra large portraits.
So in these portraits, are these taken by specific photographers and then uploaded to you, or how does that part of it work?
Yeah, so we usually try to work closely with the photographers to ensure that the portraits are delivered in the proper and high quality, so the resolution and turnout of the pictures are, up to standard for the event. And most of the time, couples have done several photo shoots before their event, so
Right.
It's a good way to make those photo shoots worthwhile and really show them off and display them to the public.
Yeah, and they're amazing. They're larger than life, and it gives you a sense when you walk in, you're just going into this wedding fantasy, which
Right.
is fabulous. Let's take a look at some more.
So this is a gloss black dance floor we did with a gold monogram. This was a white dance floor when it was first put together, and we were able to cover it with black and put this gold monogram to really help tie in the whole event.
Okay, and I think there's another.
So this is just another picture of that same dance floor.
I love this with the peacock. This is so great, because I think in some cultures peacocks mean good fortune, good luck.
That's correct. And so their theme of this wedding was peacock theme, so we were able to incorporate it with the signage and add the couple's names, as well as a little bit of the meaning of what the reception entails. And this is actually a custom cut arc sign that we were able to make, so it's not just your general standard square. It's able to be custom cut to your liking and fit the existing frame to really give it a custom and appropriate feel.
And then with something like that, how long of a leeway time do you need with that?
We would preferably like a 2-week ahead of time, but we know how it is, and we understand that people are under a lot of stress and may forget a thing or two. So if it is last minute, we will do our best to accommodate and help out whoever our client is.
That's wonderful. And I obviously this is the wedding show, but you also do things corporately as well, correct?
Right. We've since we've started, we've had a couple clients who have been large corporations that really want to add a nice little centerpiece, because the dance floor does become the centerpiece of
Yes.
the whole event, along with the stage. And funny enough, we do stage wraps too sometimes when people really want to go the extra mile. And so there are certain corporate events where we've been able to, show their brand off in the dance floor as the largest print piece in the whole event.
That's fabulous. So how do people get in touch with you? I mean, because this is unique to the Valley. How do they get in touch with you?
So the best way to get in touch with us would be through our Instagram. We have a form there you can fill out and kind of let us know what you would like. As soon as we receive that, we usually have about a 1-week review time, hopefully less, but we'll try to get back to you and hash out the details of your event and really deliver you guys the proper products on time, on schedule, and on your budget.
That's great. So, this is a wonderful offering for the Valley. So how far out do you travel? What's your radius?
It depends on the job size and the project and the date, but generally we like to stay within the valley. So as far as Stockton and Modesto, but depending on certain events, we have traveled as far as Sacramento, Fremont, and Los Angeles as well.
So are you one of those people? It's like if they got married over on the coast, are you open to that?
Yes,
Yes,
that is correct.
isn't it amazing how most people are open to going over to the coast if they're not getting
Yeah, you can't say no to that.
Yeah, you can't say no, especially with summer rolling around. And booking out obviously with this is very important. And springtime and summer is traditionally when we see most of these marriages take place. So again, brides and grooms, if this is something that you're looking into, and yes, it is unique, it is one of a kind special, make sure you get on this and reach out to Tran Sidhu. And your phone number again is?
It's on the screen. It's 559-394-3542.
Excellent. Well, I hope you come back again. It was a pleasure meeting you. You have an amazing, creative, one-of-a-kind product that I think brides and grooms should really take a close look at.
Thank you for having me.
No, I appreciate having you here. And this is Hope Roski, and we will see you next week on The Wedding Show.